Please ask you, please introduce yourself, tell us where you're from.
Hi, I'm Kate from Pontyland, and my question is, how do you aim to get more young people to start voting?
How are you going to ensure young people can enter the housing market?
My question is, have you got any plans to address the imbalance between the north and the south in terms of public transport?
Film and TV is in boom, especially over COVID. We all watch lots of content. It's a billion pound industry, but less than 1% of content was actually made in the North East. And that's a real shame because we've got lots of talent, we've got fantastic locations, and we've got lots of opportunity. So the new partnership is really celebrating all of those things and saying the North East is open for business. Come and film your production here.
And we've all heard there's devolution happening, there's local authorities are working together more. How is this affecting what's going on?
It's a really positive thing for the whole region. For the first time ever, all of the 12 local authorities and the combined authorities across the whole of the North East have come together with one voice and are supporting the industry. So that not only means more productions will come and film in our region, but it means more jobs, more opportunities for spend in region. It's a really fantastic partnership.
What is this going to mean for us?
So this will mean increased commissioning spend, it will mean more production, it will mean investment in talent and skills right across the patch. This is an industry that is a huge booming sector for the whole of the UK, and it's great that the North East is going to be on the map with other regions.
We are really focusing on people who are either deaf, disabled or neurodivergent, and we really want to increase production from that background with diversity and inclusion into the screen industry.
Getting the opportunity to go on this course was really quite a surprise because I wasn't expecting it. Like, I got invited to come and I jumped at the opportunity because it's like the most incredible opportunity to work. One was Signpost and another with ITV. Obviously, when I was last year, I never would have thought I'd be here.
This is a wonderful course. If you do feel like disadvantaged, or you feel like there's not much opportunities out here, this one I would say please jump onto this opportunity.
Just take any opportunity as it comes, and don't give up, because if you have a real passion for it, then that's all you need really.
Take any work you can on production, I guess, because even though I knew I wanted to be a camera trainee, I still took the work as a runner because I knew I could get contacts through that, and then the contacts took me forward to different jobs. Be persistent, be determined, be hardworking, and getting the job's just the first step. After you've got the job, you need to show that you are worth keeping and are worth taking to other jobs, and also worth people saying, if someone asks them, do you know any good trainees, they would say your name before anyone else's. You have to show that you're worth the time. So I did a boot camp with North East Screen. It was interesting because there was a lot of things that I learned from that I needed to know for getting in, and it gives you the tips you need and resources, people to contact, and even just the people on the course with me. I could find out what they're up to and then see if there's any work on their production, even stuff like that. So yeah, it's been really helpful, and just the fact that North East Screen have pages like Facebook pages and stuff that they share information that you otherwise wouldn't know.
I'm 25 and I've got autism as well, mild autism and anxiety, and as I said, I don't drive. I'm trying to fix that, but I've managed to get on. There's loads of friendly people. The boom up here is wonderful, and so is the sound recorders. They're always trying to help and everything, so you do have a network there for you, and it's fun when you get in here.
So is it to sort of take advantage of the networks you can tap into and trust people? And
definitely, it's definitely more who you know than what you know, because you can always learn what on the job.
So what's it like doing the sound?
It's interesting because the microphones pick up a lot more than people expect. If we're filming in here, we can hear people outside, so sometimes I have to dash off and be like, I'm really sorry, but can you please for 5 minutes. But it's interesting because there's so much equipment, the radio mics and everything. definitely a minefield, but there's people to help you out through that minefield.
Yeah, so for me, from my earliest memories, I can remember, playing football, youth club, having, Friday nights in there, for hours just playing with my mates, socialising, and really being part of the community. This was the hub of the whole area, and like I said, it's great that it won't just be the hub for this area, it'll be a hub for the whole of the northeast, and that's what excites me more than anything.
Hopefully we'll see some new young shoulders coming through.
Yeah, well, hopefully better than me. Hopefully they'll definitely have better facilities than I had, so hopefully that can help them come in the coming years.
I've just seen the Women's World Cup, how big it can be and how much it has grown. Women's football wasn't on TV when I was younger. I didn't see it, so I wasn't able to have a women role model, whereas these girls can now have women role models. So hopefully I'd like to think that I'm a role model for these girls and they can look up to and speak to and see how we've done it so that they can follow a similar path.
What difference do you think a place like this makes?
A huge difference. I think the participation is focus, just to get girls playing, even if it's not what they want to do, or they'll figure it out here that is what they want to do. It's places like this that allows it to happen.
What would be your message to any young lasses hoping to make it in football?
Just enjoy it, play with your heart on your sleeve, give it your all, and you never know, if you give it all, you'll get there.
It's amazing to see the impact that the building's having, especially. From when I was younger, obviously there was nothing, and to see this now is just a massive, massive impact.
And what's your message then to any girl wanting to have a career in football?
Keep going, it's getting bigger. It's definitely getting bigger, and there's a lot more money that's going to go into the game, and yeah.
I've worked at the foundation for 14.5 years and seen a massive change from the day I started to today in terms of the number of girls we work with on a weekly, monthly and yearly basis, and the standard is getting better every time.
So you've seen a positive change? What needs to happen?
A massive positive change. The amount of girls who are now playing football has multiplied massively even in the last 12 months, and I think the more Newcastle United women and the Lionesses, the more exposure they get, it's only going to grow even more.
Girls football now is just so important, and just the challenges and the training is fantastic, and the opportunities to get from it is amazing.
What's it been like watching the Women's World Cup?
Really good. It's good to see how far we've come and how we made it to the final.
And would you like to be a footballer yourself?
Yeah.
What do you want to be? What player? What position?
Probably a centre mid or defender.
Okay, so how is this helping you become a footballer?
It's helping me become a footballer by working hard and improving myself.
What do you want to do with football?
I want to try and become a professional.
What would be your message to any girls your age who are wanting to become footballers?
Just try hard and never give up.
I'm in the beauty industry. I've been in the beauty industry 8 years now. I absolutely love it. That's my passion. It's what helped save my life, really, in a certain way. And I just focused all my attention onto that. And then a couple of years ago, I had a bit of a bad episode, bit of a mental breakdown, basically, and everything just, the way I felt, just went down the drain. I lost my passion, my determination, everything. But I moved house, through Carbon Homes, and they are linked with a lovely networking company called First, and I got a letter through my door saying, look, lockdown's here, lots of people are obviously feeling quite bad mentally because of it, without obviously normal mental health problems on top of that. And obviously there's a course here to help you with understanding who you are and how to basically put your passion to good use and run your own business from what you love doing. And I thought, you know what it is, that is for me. It doesn't matter how down you are, as long as there's someone there that's willing to grab your hand and bring you up, take it. Make that leap of faith, just take it. if that letter didn't come through my door, I'd hate to think where I'd still be. I'd probably still be sitting in the corner of my kitchen oh, I don't know what to do with my life. But these guys, they've helped bring my confidence back. They've helped everything really.
Very sure has always treated me with enough respect, give me the opportunity to grow in the company. I started off as a booking agent, and I've worked my way up all the way to a supervisor, and I'm still planning on being manager for sales department one day. So that's the aim.
What would your message be to anybody looking at this and thinking maybe that's a place for me?
To be honest, I would say give it a try. I would say just come in for the interview and you'll know exactly, you'll feel exactly the same way I feel, let's say, honestly. The atmosphere is great. It doesn't feel like I'm coming to work every day. It feels like, honestly, I'm just coming to make my money, do my job, have fun at the same time, still be professional at the same time. But yeah, it doesn't feel like a job to me.
My name's Bran Clough. I'm 19. I'm at Langhurst Golf Club, and it started for me by leaving school at 16. Never got a chance anywhere. I applied for hundreds and hundreds of jobs. Never got a chance back. And then I was thinking to myself, oh, if I can't get a job, I'm just gonna have to be sitting about the house, doing absolutely nothing, doing nothing with myself. So I was like, oh man, I have to change this, like, because I wanted to do something with myself. I seen all my other friends and all that, they're like sitting down the wrong way in life, and I didn't want to do that. So I had to pull my finger out basically and get myself on the straight and narrow.
So what happened? How come you ended up here?
I've done loads of different courses and everything. So like I've done like everything. I've been Zoom calling every morning, this and that, and where an opportunity came through from my work coach, saying that there was this the opportunity to work here, and she was like, "Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "Is the sun hot?" I see it as a way I course. I see it as definitely. And she, like at first, like I was thinking to myself, big place, didn't know what's gonna go on. Not my sort of cup of tea, right? But then once I'm here, it's totally fine. And then honestly, I can't really thank anyone enough for giving us just a chance. That's all I've asked for, someone just to give us a chance, for me to show what I can actually do.
So what can you do? What's it been like being here?
It's been quite mad, to be fair. Like I've used machines that I would never ever use. I've done things that I've never ever done. It's just doing something different every single day, and it get myself out of bed, get myself in the right mentality to work every single morning, get myself up, get myself where I am, and just doing it all right, get my life sorted.
So as a final word, what would your message be to anybody who is in the same position you were in?
I would say if you've just left school and you're sitting in the house doing nothing, I would say I've done it myself, so I can say that it's not gonna get you anywhere at the end of the day. If you them gone, I've realised over 2-3 years that a job's not gonna come to you just like that. Like there's just no way. You expect it to come to you and find you, but you've got to go out and find it. So, and if you didn't find it, there's no point in doing out.
So what difference will it make to your life if you pass your test?
I've got a family of 4 kids, so they'll be happy at Christmas. We'll just make things easier. I think there's a lot of work out there, so you're never going to be out of work, and it seems quite rewarding.
The last job I was in, it was like mainly worked at a desk in a call centre, so fancied doing something a little bit outside my comfort zone, learning some new skills, and just like getting like some like extra knowledge that I didn't already have.
And how's it been?
It's been brilliant. Usually when I do a course, sometimes I don't really like gain interest, but I found it really interesting, and this is probably the first course I've done that I've really enjoyed, and I've like been wanting to know more and asking like a lot of questions.
Sounds good. So what's next for you? I mean, what difference do you think this has made to your life?
It's gave us the experience that I need to get the job at Smiths, so I hope the interview goes well. I hope I get that, and because of this course, when I get the job, I feel like I will feel confident and comfortable within the role, and because the training's been really good, I don't think I'm going to struggle if I do get the job.
The old job I was working, I was a labourer for like a bricklayer. I did sort of everything to do with getting your hands dirty. It was constantly out in the rain and the snow, the worst terrain possible. And this, honestly, it feels like a million miles away, but it's just so nice. It's just like you're part of, like, it seems like a community in a sense. Everyone that comes in the store says hello to you. You learn everyone's names. You get a chat with them all. They even give you little pointers for what job you're doing, as much as they don't work there, like in the stores with you. And even then I've been offered to do slightly different jobs within the role, and even just being here for a couple of months within the full job. So it's definitely an advantageous thing to do. It doesn't matter how good you do with the job, just leave a good impression of who you are. And if you leave a good enough impression about yourself, they might just take you on about your personality rather than the actual job experience itself. And I think, to be quite honest, that's probably how I got this job.
Right.
And it's alright that you're nervous because you're young.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
cool.
alright, and that'll come across there as well.
Can introduce yourself, tell us where you're from.
I'm Angel Edwards. I'm from Shrymar.
Cool, Angel, so what's this all about and how'd you get involved?
I got involved because of a family friend, and it's about, I don't know, just getting in with the elderlies, I suppose.
And how's that helped you? You said it's like you get to learn here, but...
Yeah, it gets learned. It's not like a school or something though, it's more like hands-on, you just get involved straight away. And
So what stuff have you learned?
I don't know, I suppose I've came out my shell a little bit more. I can communicate with people a bit, and I less shy sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I've just like learned everyone's a bit different as well. Like you don't know what I expect from people when they come in.
So was that a problem for you before? Was your shyness like holding you back?
I wouldn't say it was holding us back, I just couldn't really start conversations and that. But I don't know, I'm a bit more open here now.
So what are you hoping to go on and do? once you're in this?
I'm looking to start working in a care home with the elderly or something, or possibly the mentally disabled. I'm unsure yet. Or childcare. I'm doing a lot of courses here. Well, I'm planning on doing a lot of courses here because there's a wide variety of choice.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
So I set up this organisation because my mental health used to be absolutely terrible. It can still be terrible some days, and I knew how important having human connection was, and having a little community, and having routine, and just things like that. I felt better in myself, and I wanted other people to help other people find their way out. Now, I had no idea what I was doing at first when I started. I was just an idea, didn't even know if it would work, if it had any direction. And it was through organisations such as FIRST, such as BIC, such as PNE, Prince's Trust. I learned so much, and it gave me the faith and the knowledge that I can actually do it, and there is so much help available, more than I actually even could comprehend. And now it's almost as if things are happening without me even trying, almost, because I've built up that community, I've built up that connection of people, and actually everybody wants to help, which it makes me feel really good. There's so many uncertainties. If you're going to take a risk, it should be in yourself, and if you're not sure, there's always somebody you can ask or somewhere you can go to for advice.
I did a lot of training on risk management training, how to deal with staff, customer sales and things like that. Just to increase me knowledge on how to deal with customers and improving me sales techniques and things like that for becoming into the management system.
Is that next thing for you then? You're moving up into management?
I'm hoping to get up into management more. I'm working in the office side a bit more now, hoping to come off the factory floor. So that's where I'm going, hopefully, in the next few months.
Okay, Ross, so hello, so can I ask you please just introduce yourself, tell us where we are.
Sure, good evening, I'm Francis Watson Armstrong, I'm the current owner of Bamburgh Castle. Most of the time I don't consider myself as the owner, I consider myself as a keeper for the next generation.
And so what is happening here tonight? What's this all about?
Tonight we have the release of a sheep installation, illuminated sheep. They're all going to be in the West Ward pointing towards Lindisfarne. This is in part the celebration of the Lindisfarne Gospels returning back up to the northeast for a limited period, back to their ancestral, back to their proper home really, which is very exciting.
The sheep are going to be here for a few days, then what happens to them?
Then they are going to be dismantled and various people are going to adopt various sheep, and the remaining sheep will move on to other installations. such as Woodhorn and Vindolanda and places like that.
And so for you, your family, the custodians of this incredible place, what's it like having something like this happen here?
That's fantastic. It's brilliant. The Lindisfarne Gospels are, the Anglo-Saxon history here. The Lindisfarne Gospels all based on Anglo-Saxon stuff, so it's massive for us, and it's brilliant. Not only massive, but it's good fun, something different. Illuminated sheep, never heard of those before. Fantastic. Just a bit of fun, bit of history, and it's just history in a fun way.
So we have a sheep which has joined us in reception. She came in about a week ago. She joined us on Friday, and since then we've managed to light her up in the colours of the catalyst and get her a few little dressings so she's not so cold because she's right by the doors. She is going around today waiting for people to name her. So I'm sending an email around to the building users. We've had a short list so far of Dolly, Barbara, Barry and Sheepy McSheepface. I'm hoping on Dolly, that's my favourite, but I think I might be in the minority here. But yeah, we're really excited to have her here. We've got her for till the end of November, and she's going to be shimmied over a little bit next week until we have a new exhibition coming in. But yeah, we're very excited to have her with us.
Can you tell me please, what's your name and where are you from?
Claire, and I'm from Nigeria.
Nigeria, and whereabouts are you living in Newcastle?
Biker.
Biker, right. So what happened today? What was all of this about?
It's about creativity and having fun with arts and stories.
So what did you do?
So we've made stories and we linked them to the sky stars.
And what's going to happen to those stories?
They're going to be put in East End Library wall.
Cool. And what does it feel like to be creative? Do you like being creative?
Sometimes.
Did you like it today?
Yeah.
And did you meet the mayor?
Yeah.
What did you think of him?
He was very fun and kind.
I'm from Eritrea in Africa and my name's called Finan.
Alright Finan, so what was today all about? What did you do?
We did some crafts and art and we did our own constellations.
And why did you do that?
So it goes onto newspapers and goes viral on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook and social media.
Apertura is an interactive sonic sculpture. It's fantastic. It's composed of 1900 wind chimes. And this is in acknowledgement that the wall was built 1900 years ago. We've been inundated by visitors, local visitors, tourists, coming up to see the sculpture again and again because it's ever changing, ever responsive to the wind, to the location. The sculpture is all about a hole. It creates a hole through which you can see the crags, through which you can see Hadrian's Wall, because this whole path is a hole in the wall formed by quarrying. So it's a beautiful reaction to both the location and the climate of Northumberland and a homage to Hadrian's Wall.
So it's been wonderful to have this thing here, but it's going to be taken apart now. What's going to happen to it?
It is. Well, the artist is dismantling the sculpture and we will create smaller sets of chimes, and these will be given to local community groups because the community have been very involved in the development of this sculpture. It's decorated with hundreds of sails which have been designed by members of the community through local participation. So we want to finish off this fantastic run by giving back to the communities of Hadrian's Wall.
We're hoping that people from all over the world will create a flag or two for the bunting. The bunting's Roman themed, so we have patterns that you can get off the Vindolanda website for the Roman shield design, and we're also hoping to get some people to do the Roman numerals, which is MCM is 1900 for the 1900 celebrations.
Yeah.
But we're also hoping that people will do some blank ones, and the blank ones are going to be used in drop-in sessions for adults and children for them to stitch on a design to be included in the bunting display, which will be displayed around September, October at the end of the year. If you go onto the Vindolanda website, and wherever you are in the world, if you want to help get involved in creating something for the Hadrian's Wall 1900 celebrations, you can get a copy of this pattern sent to your email to you, and an address where you can send the flags off to us, and they'll be included in the bunting when it's hung up later on in the year.
I've grown up here most of my life really, just in Tynemouth. Surf's pretty good here and the surf scene's definitely growing pretty fast. We're running the Tynemouth Surf Co Open Surf Contest, which is on the 9th and 10th of October. We're trying to raise surfing, you know, put it on the map in the northeast for competitive surfing here. We've got a lot of great surfers in the area here, so part of this competition is to highlight those surfers and you know, build the northeast surf scene. We're raising money for Surfers Against Sewage and the Wave Project, so it is a non-profit charity event. And yeah, it's going to be a great day, so if you're in the area, pop on down.
The last few years especially, it's been people have been kind of pulled apart a lot, and I think they've been indoors quite a bit, and so doing this is just something of kind of bringing back that connection, especially the energy of the people together. You can't beat it. It's a really, really, really great thing to bring people back together. This is what we're trying to do.
Just give it a go. I mean, these spaces are always really, really warm. They're really, really welcoming. I literally hug everyone that comes to my sessions. So, you know, if you do have a little bit of apprehension, I would just say, just breathe into that and just feel the fear and do it anyway, because as soon as you come here, you'll be warmly welcomed with a hug, and, you know, everyone just gets on great, and it's just a lovely environment. So come on down.
So we shortlisted 14 cities around the UK, and at the end we chose Newcastle. Why? Basically because first we had a lot of support from the mayor and from the northeast region. Also, what really made us commit with Newcastle is actually the support of the people here, not only from the mayor and from the people from the council and the region, but everybody we met was very friendly, really supportive. They really helped us to actually complete this project until the end, and for us it was really a game changer, because we didn't find that much support in the other cities that we visited before.
Hello, my name's Solomon. I am a soap maker. I live in North Shields, and I started a business making cold press soaps here about a year ago, which I love, and I'm really excited to tell you about it.
Tell us a little about that then.
So I make cold press soaps in a traditional way. I use a mixture of oils that are good for your skin. I use essential oils. All of it together basically adds for better quality soap.
And so you've gained some help in setting up the business, haven't you?
Yep, I joined a program about halfway through. It was going really well, I was enjoying it, but I needed something extra. I needed to get a little bit of guidance, a little bit of support. So I joined this program, and it has been amazing. It's been sensational, purely and simply because for me, it gave me the roadmap that I needed to make those steps to go from hobbyist, I think, to near to professional.
So what would be your message maybe to anyone in the same position you were in?
Keep talking, speak to lots of people, seek advice. The more people you speak to, the better, and make mistakes, make lots of them. Just calculate your mistakes. And someone once turned around to me and said to me, only spend what you can afford to lose. I'd agree with that.
So my name's Aisha Purvis. I'm the founder CEO of SenSmart Limited, a small startup company, bootstrap startup company based in Newcastle City Centre, originally a Jarrah lass. So what we did is we created a multi-sensory menu that incorporates olfactory, visual, tactile and auditory stimulation to help people engage with their daily dietary constitution. We joined the Internet of Care and Things programme. At first I had no idea what it was at all. I didn't even know that we were suited for this kind of program. You know, I thought it was more tech-based, software development. We had a menu with a little speaker in, that was it. So yeah, our journey began there. We started collaboration with lots of other organisations, and now we are showcasing right up and down the country. We are managed nearly at a product launch. We've enhanced our design. We've been put in front of voice panellists so that they can review and give some feedback. And we are working towards a clinical trial as well.
I'm Jarek Rosinski, I'm the CEO of Transmission Dynamics. We operate the business in Cramlington, it's just behind me, and we've been very successful. We operate this Internet of Things business with a lot of innovation, multiple times winning innovation awards, and we are presently outgrowing our property. So we are desperate to move into the new offices in not too distant future.
So the Internet of Things, give me an example.
Oh, examples are plenty. Maybe the easiest to mention is the bolts, which are used widely in industry. They are used, for example, to hold the wind turbine towers to foundation. And presently the cohorts of engineers or technicians are traveling around to retighten the bolts on annual basis. Clearly this is unsustainable, so we invented this measuring bolt which reports the bolt tension remotely, measuring electronically, sending data to cloud, and then providing all automated reporting.
Fantastic. And so what's this extra money from the North of Tyne going to allow you to do?
Oh, this is phenomenal news. Yeah, I mean, here in this property we have already saturation of engineers and need for this space in the workshop. So the £500,000 grant which we received is fundamental to us to be able to move to the new premises. We obviously found a majority of the investment ourselves, but frankly would not be able to bridge the gap between what we need to still borrow and what we could invest. So the grant came very timely.
The TIGA project is about developing a scalable, low-cost solution for monitoring wind turbine jackets and towers. So it's all about looking for perforations, holes, abrasions that might be coming in these assets as they come into the later years of their life. Of course, they've only actually been around for, say, 20 years at the moment, so we're not seeing a lot of those abrasions and faults in the assets already. We're trying to get ahead of monitoring them. So in order to do that, we've had to create our own scaled down version of a jacket structure. This will allow us to introduce our own faults, make sure that the sensors and the technology is working before we take it out for live trials in industry. At the moment, there isn't extensive testing on a precautionary basis. It's more if you know that there's a fault, then you can get some quite expensive and unscalable technologies to look at the specific area you know of a fault. What we're trying to do is prevent this reactive, rather than being reactive, this proactive approach to understanding the condition of the asset all of the time, so that as an incident starts to occur, we can get ahead of it.
What kind of scale might we be talking about here?
It's potentially a global solution to extending the asset life of wind turbines. It's a significant opportunity for the market. It's one of the biggest industry challenges at the moment, is to get the longest usable life out of these assets as possible, to make sure that the market can be profitable year on year.
We've outgrown these premises here in Belford, and we've been looking for somewhere for 5 years now. We identified a site which was a field, agricultural use, and we spent 3-4 years managing to get the planning permission to build a new facility. And we are about 3 months into the construction now. We've got the sides up, the cladding's going on, and hopefully we're moving in the next 2 to 3 months.
And so how's the Combined Authority and the Rural Growth Fund money helped you achieve this?
It's helped a lot. I mean, when we first started building, prices were probably half the price they are now. So it has helped, and what it's really allowed us to do is complete the building to the quicker, for one good example, and to the level we wanted to build it to. We do have some quite important clients coming in, and we like, our products are very showy. We've got to show off in the best way, and that's what it's allowed us to do.
I'm a paint decorator by trade, and when my mate moved to Scotland, I came out on the street in my community to look out for other painters and decorators so I can hire them in the company, but I couldn't find any youths that could participate in it. They're all in the music, in the art, in textiles and stuff, but nobody hears them. They're from around here. They've been doing this art and music for the last 5-6 years, and nobody knows about them. They release albums after albums, and their effort is just going to waste. So I thought I should help them build a platform. My platform will going to be called Project Infinity. I am trying to register it now with Company House, and once it's on, then we're going to start trading, helping all these kids, put them in on a platform. Even if you're an artist yourself and you're struggling to get your work out there, even locally, please reach out to me.
We're doing this with essentially a light bulb that produces something called the circadian stimulus, And this helps to improve your sleep-wake cycles. It reduces the number of falls in the elderly, which is a key reason that people move into care. And also improves your daytime engagement, your mood, your cognition. And at the same time as giving them the circadian stimulus, which should improve their quality of life, we also have an onboard AI platform that will help with monitoring for carers. It has an onboard AI system which learns the individual patterns of a person, and then you can let the carers know if anything unusual happens for that person.
Definitely seen a change in people. People are actually taking things home and learning to grow at home, and they're coming and asking questions and asking how to do things. People are actually bringing us things, you know, they're donating seeds and pots and all sorts to help us build the project up, so it's been fantastic.
What would be your message to anyone considering doing a crowdfund project? Is it worthwhile?
I think it's very worthwhile, yes. So I wouldn't think twice.
What's it meant to you, and what do you think it means to the community here?
I think it's about building connections, so between people, so it's kind of social connections, but also it is about like connecting and learning more and understanding and treating plants and insects and stuff with respect, you know, that it's all part of one big ecological system. So I think, like, for me, my take on it is that it works for human beings, but it also works between human beings and the garden.
If you want to imagine yourself in different, like in otherwhere, not in UK, and you can feel what I felt in the past. It's really difficult, really difficult. The language is the basic of everything. Even if you went to anywhere, you need to talk, you need to it's like the door for everything. It's not easy to move my country, but this is the life. Because of the war, I moved to UK. The first time I moved to Turkey, I stayed for 5 years. Then I came to UK, and that's all that because of the war. And now I'm settled. My kids in school, everything is okay. I have a small flat. I have my own job. I'm happy.
I think the difficult that I faced was the language, because I don't say nothing. I don't say just hello and thank you. But now I can express myself better, and I'm so grateful with Action Foundation and many other organizations for this opportunity.
Is this helping you make a home here?
Yes, because now I feel safe. I feel so happy because it's a new opportunity for make my dreams come true, and I live a better life.
I'm Maggie, and I'm one of the volunteers that help out at Newton Primary.
What is it like being able to come here and do all this good stuff?
It's just confidence builder, getting to know people, building friendships and so on. And like I say, I'm loving it. Absolutely great. I've met lots of people, lots of different people. As yourself, you know. I was quite one of them, head down, just do what you're doing kind of thing, you know. I wouldn't actually be standing getting a video ever, but here I am.
We just need to give all the people who are involved in the schools, but particularly staff and the children, the support and the encouragement and the safety to know that they can make mistakes, but they can learn from those mistakes and they can be better, and that life is not set in any one way. It's about growing and developing and getting the best out of it.
And so how's this programme helping that happen?
So it's enabling us to make sure that our teachers and our support staff know the right things to say, the right things to look out for and to support them. And it's also allowing staff to encourage children to be more open and to see that there's nothing wrong with sharing their problems. And it's allowing children to see what they can do to get better, or to steps they can do to be more resilient and just be slightly stronger in themselves.
So in your position as a school leader, what would be your message to other school leaders maybe considering getting involved?
I would say go for it, go for it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. You can make your schools better. just by engaging with this process and making things better for your children and for your staff.
This is Northumberland Park Metro Station, and those rails there are not part of the Metro, they're part of the new Northumberland line, which makes this the perfect interchange spot. So when it's completed, you'll be able to go from Ashington, get off here, get on the Metro and go to Whitley Bay and the coast. Now it's going to save people time, it's going to open up opportunities for people. People have been working on the Northumberland line for decades now. Northumberland County Council lead on it. As the Mayor of the North at the time, we've put millions into the project, and I've spent a lot of time talking to rail ministers to make sure this continued to be a fully funded project. There's a new station being built here. We'll integrate the ticketing right across, and then when we get the transport powers finally in May next year, which I spent years negotiating with government, we'll be able to create a fully integrated transport system so it can get across our region quickly, securely and affordably.
The Northumberland Park interchange for the Northumberland line and the Metro line is a significant contribution to the railway line in itself. It'll offer people the opportunity to travel from Northumberland Park into Central Station without stopping, and it'll also allow people from South East Northumberland, sort of Ashington, Clyde, Bebbside, Bedlington, to connect into the Metro lines at Northumberland Park, and they'll either be able to go into sort of towards Newcastle or towards the coast.
The tech industry is growing huge in the northeast at the minute, so and there's a lot of demand for people with the high skills and abilities, so it's really good that we're investing in the northeast and the people so that we can fulfill these opportunities.
We live and breathe in the life and the world of data today, and I think it's absolutely critical that we make most out of it. So data science is the journey that helps you identify the patterns in the data, identify the trends in the data, and make useful insights from that data and help you and the government make better decisions out of that data and policies.
It's amazing how you're able to take something that seems meaningless on the surface and able to bring meaning out of it, and you're able to tell a story with which decisions can be made and patterns can be identified and studies can be carried out. So yeah, so it has so many benefits. And the thing is this, there is no organization at the moment that doesn't have any data behind it. So either they're trying to understand their customers or their behavior of their customers, or even the buy patterns of their customers, depending on what it is, depending on what services they provide. With data, they're able to understand their customers and deliver their customer services better.
We all use these wonderful devices today. We use these smartphones. Our businesses rely on connectivity, so being able to connect devices, sensors, cars, vehicles, trains, everything to everything. So our daily lives and our economy depends on that connectivity. So what DCI is trying to do is to build a partnership between the telecoms industry and the local authorities across the UK to basically make the process of building those networks and creating connectivity much easier. And the way we do this specifically is to engendering this much closer dialogue between the two, with the industry to express their interest where they need to go first to fulfill our needs and demands for connectivity, but then working with the public sector partners, working with local authorities to say, great, we have places for you, let's work together to support you that process, and let's make sure that everyone is connected, all our people, all our communities and all our businesses, so everybody can benefit from this.
We saw all the planets, and we saw the NASA International Space Station, and we saw the different compartments of the International Space Station and how it orbits the Earth. It's kind of projected all over the dome, like on the roof of the dome, and then you can see like the stars in the nighttime, like view of the nighttime.
We saw constellations, and we also saw quite a few of the planets.
It was really good. I enjoyed seeing all the constellations, learning their names, seeing what they were supposed to be. I also enjoyed looking at the planets, seeing how they orbited around the sun.
And why is it interesting to learn about this stuff in this way?
Because it gives you an idea of what it actually is and what it looks like and what to expect.
I think, observing the sky or the night sky from a dark site definitely inspires children to look up at the night sky, and also for them to study astronomy in the future. I think one of the main goals for Kielder Observatory is to inspire the next generation to get into astronomy and to produce the next generation of scientists so we can learn more about the universe.
Around this area, we're
100 yards away from the central station, so it's literally the first area that people stepping off the train into Newcastle come to. So it'd be nice if this is an area like with the Northern Quarter in Manchester, where people can actually have it as a destination when they first turn up.
To have somewhere where we can bring people from all different sectors together, the vibrancy and imagination that can come from putting all these different people into one space can have such an impact. People can learn from each other. It provides a real focal point for business. It provides a real focal point for being able to celebrate what's so brilliant about creativity in the North East.
I kind of see it as something that's going to create a space, a hub for all creatives in the North East to get together. For me, at the moment, I know I'm probably one of the only brown female poets in the North East, and it'll be nice to know if there's anybody else out there who's doing what I do.
As a freelance artist myself, it's important to create this community, create a creative community within Newcastle. I've got a business set up here and I've lived here my whole life, and it's nice that there's some funding going in, and especially in this zone.
A creative and cultural zone for me is about having a cluster or a critical mass. And in fact, the word that I'd really like to use is a family. Because when you're all close by, you can share skills and experiences in a relatively kind of intense way. And why that really matters to me is because the amplification of that has resonance much beyond the zone itself. And so being close by, being neighbours and being friendly are the kind of the tools that you need to make sure that we can all propel culture forward.
Culture is about what people do to enjoy themselves in their spare time. And that's having a laugh at a good panto. Even things like the vegetable growing competition is culture. We've invested £1.5 million into Berwick over the next 5 years to boost its culture and creative zone. And this is all about cultural democracy. So it's done in a way where it's working with the local people to give them the things that they enjoy. Berwick has some fantastic attributes, and it's a beautiful, beautiful old town. And I think this is going to really help its local economy too.
It's not often that somebody comes along and says, here's a big wad of money to, invest in culture, particularly at the moment. It feels like arts funding everywhere is shrinking, but I think culture is one of the most important things. We need ways to reflect on our life, to celebrate being alive, to bring people together, to entertain us, to bring us joy, to allow us to think about experiences that have happened in our life.
Since we set up Thrill of the North, we've always wanted to be a business for good, and the Good Work Pledge really ticks all the boxes of what we want to be as an employer. The last few years have been really, really tough on people, and we've signed up to something called Health Assured, so that all of our team, ourselves included, can get counselling, can get help if they've been suffering from any issues that have been a result of the last couple of years.
We really felt that the Good Work Pledge is a real tick of everything that we're trying to achieve anyway. It fits in with our values. We're a real living wage employer, so not just a national living wage, but real living wage. And again, it's not that easy at the moment, so these sort of things really do make a difference.
I'm really delighted to be here to support the Good Work Pledge today. We support many good and fair work charters across Northern England and actually nationally, and we think it's a really important role to helping to improve good work practices, and CIPD has a huge amount of resources and support that can help members of the Good Work Pledge. So it's great to be here. These initiatives are really important to help economies and societies develop and grow here in the North East.
What would be then your message to any business thinking of getting involved?
Absolutely. If you want to improve working practices, if you want to support your people, if you want them to perform well and really help the communities and societies that you work in, sign up to the Good Work Pledge. There's lots of resources, lots of great events and networking taking place to really help you.
The Good Work Pledge is a great way for us to sort of demonstrate our purpose and live and breathe our purpose. It's a great way for us to demonstrate to our employees and our team members that we are a good employer in the region. We say what we mean. We want to bring in sort of effective initiatives into the business, and the Good Work Pledge is a great way to sort of measure ourselves and kind of rubber stamp that we are a good employer in the region.
Okay, and what do you think it means for your staff that you're signed up to it?
I think it demonstrates to our staff that we really mean what we say when we say that we want to be a good employer. I say we're driven by our purpose, our values. We're a real value-driven organisation. So we want to demonstrate that. We want to sort of live and breathe it and demonstrate it to our employees. A scheme like the Good Work Pledge, it sort of benchmarks us, gives us a benchmark, gives us an opportunity to for an independent assessor to come in and look at us as a business and say, yep, you're a good business, you're a good employer in the region. And I think that means a lot to our people. It means that we're living and breathing our purpose and our values through schemes like the Good Work Pledge.
You know, our goal as an organization is to protect people. So this is at the forefront of what we do. So it's very important for us to make sure that our employees are protected and feeling supported at work. You know, we are living in times where the environment constantly changes and we need to keep up with these changes. So it is our responsibility to make sure that we are providing anything that the employees need at this particular time. So the Good Work Pledge Award is a good opportunity for us to show our commitment to support our employees and provide different benefits, especially with in mind well-being. As if you can see around in this area, we have provided a subsidized canteen for our employees. We're going to have a multi-faith room very soon. We have an area for employees to stay here and relax. We have work from home opportunities. So we are doing all the necessary steps in order to show to our employees that we care about them, so that they can also care about our customers, take care of our customers in the same way.
I'm here in Northumberland, in Doddington. You know where the cheese comes from? Now, you won't be surprised that I'm no fan of greenwash, when companies and organisations claim they're doing things for the environment and they're not. So we're working with Forest Carbon, a local company based in the northeast of England. This is land that wouldn't have been forested without the money that we put in it. We're only going to claim that we're a net zero organisation when all these trees that we've paid for to be planted here in the northeast have actually grown and locked away that carbon. This is creating jobs and supporting businesses and agriculture right here in the northeast. This is the Green New Deal in action.
The saying is the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, the second best time is today. So, please get involved and help us plant the trees that people are going to be thanking us for in 20 years' time.